Great evening, great people. Come on in tonight. Come on in, come on in. Welcome to Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. I am Mone't S. Horton, visionary and host, and I am just honored to be back here with you on this oh my goodness, on the 16th of March. Ladies, we are in Women's History Month. Come on, you got a story out there, a breakthrough story, a power move story. And we want you to come on in and share it with us. Connect with us because we would love to hear your story and how you are blazing the trail and impacting lives in your own right. Ladies and gentlemen who are out there tonight, we want you to take a moment to come on in, take a seat because we have a dynamic individual sister who is here tonight to share her breakthrough story. And so we want to give you a moment to get still. You've been emotional all day. You know what? You don't have to tell me. I already know you have been in the flow.
Mhm.
So get still, get focused because this is your moment. This is your time. This is the vitamin you need to keep running and moving forward this week. And so I again want to welcome you in to Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. Again, I'm Mone't S. Horton, visionary and host. We have been here consistently making power moves 4 years this year, January, and we're so honored to be able to step out of our comfort zone, be able to step beyond what man might say limitations and show up. And through the show up, I believe that when you show up, you go up, even when there is a press. There is somebody who needs you. Will you show up for them? And will you show up for yourself? Tonight, we are digging into a uh amazing conversation. So many words just came through my mind. Conversation. Um, and it is around the topic living in yes in spite of the no's. Let me say that one more time. Living in yes in spite of the no's. Tonight I am joined with an amazing woman, Miss Savannah McGee. She wears so many different hats. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself, but she has been a jewel to connect with. She has a passion, and she is a vessel that is willing and open and ready to make an impact. And guess what, y'all? She's already been making an impact in the realm that God has blessed her in. And I'm so honored to have her with us tonight. And so, again, go ahead and click and share. Go ahead and click and share because tonight we have a breakthrough story that focuses on living in the yes in spite of the no's. Without further ado, Miss Savannah McGee, welcome, welcome, welcome to Sister to Sister
Thank
Talk Power.
you. Thank you. Good evening to you.
Good evening, great evening. Um, you feeling today?
I feel wonderful. I'm feeling blessed.
Yes, you look wonderful. You look blessed. And I want to start out this conversation first letting you know that here at Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves, you have been on the other side. And first of all, we want to say thank you for supporting us.
Thank you.
We, if we don't see anybody else, we see you out there and supporting us and sharing the word and spreading the news that we're on, that we're live. And it's such an honor to have you up closer and
Thank
personal
you.
tonight to share your story. And you have shared with me who you are, but I
Yeah.
want to give you a moment to take some time and tell the world in your own words who is Savannah McGee.
I'm Savannah McGee. I was raised in East Baltimore. I um I am a grandmother, a mother. I have a couple of great grands. I'm a sister, a aunt, all of that. I was a nurse for 36 years at Johns Hopkins, and after a lymph illness, I was not able to go back to work. But
Hmm.
during the time that I've been off of work, I've been able to achieved my PhD in theology and also to publish my first book. So even though I wasn't able to go back to doing the thing that I used to do, God
Hmm.
still allows me to do something. I'm a minister of the gospel, and I'm willing to help anyone that I can to get along.
I love it. I
Hmm.
love it. When you think about your story, and you think about living in the yes in spite of the no's, what is your story? And to shed a little light, here
Okay.
we talk about the story behind the glory, the
Hmm.
story behind the person that people see showing up,
Hmm.
the press and all of those things. So
Hmm.
what is Savannah's backdrop story?
Okay, let me just tell you, when I growing up, I was a real sickly young person. I was a real sickly young girl. I had asthma, down. I was slew-footed. If you know, for the ones who know what that is, I was a late bloomer. And it was so many other things that were against me, and people didn't look at me as valuable. So,
Mm,
but as the years gone on, I didn't even feel like I was pretty. But
mm,
as I started to grow and I went to college, so God allowed so many things to change my outlook of who I was. And
mm,
even though I had some of those ailments, God delivered me from them, and He allowed me to go to college. He allowed me to become a nurse. He
mm-hmm.
allowed me to do so many things. And here recently, the illness that I had that I couldn't go back to work is that I had two heart attacks within
Mm,
6 months. And in 6 months, within 6 months, while working up the heart attacks, the doctors found out I had cancer. I had a form of blood cancer called lymphoma. And
mm,
actually, it was treated and came back 3 times. And then I finally had to get a bone marrow transplant. And
mm-hmm.
fortunately, this is the fifth year cancer free. But
Thank
so
you,
I'm
Lord.
saying some people feel like they can't do something because
Yeah.
of what's going on in their bodies, but you
Mm-hmm.
can always do something for the Lord. And I was in my house. I couldn't walk on my own. I would always fall down. My sister moved in with me,
Mm-hmm.
helped me, and I was just like fading away. But then all of a sudden one day, some say you got to live. And that
Mm-hmm.
my mind that whatever strength the Lord gave me each and every day, I was going to use it to serve Him.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just a finger to praise Him,
Mm-hmm.
what I was going to do. Because nothing is promised to anyone, but
Yeah.
every day you got to get up and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people think that because of their past, because of their background, they
Mm-hmm.
do anything for the Lord. But we cannot go back and we cannot go back and change anything from the past, but you can move forward.
Yes. Now hold on, Savannah. You on fire. Y'all see Savannah tonight. This is the passion that rings within her because it's not just something that she's talking about, but it's something that she's walked through.
Yes.
Several instances. She shared with us a little bit about the no's that have shown up in her life, not only through her health, your health, the things that has happened with your health, but also there were maybe people and instances and situations where people told you no, or
Yeah.
that no, you can't do that. Um, is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. And sometimes people don't look at you like there's any value to you.
Mm-hmm.
But God,
Mm-hmm.
you are always valuable to God. I don't care what you've done. You
Mm-hmm.
know, sometimes we walk around carrying guilt and shame to
Yep.
the point that we don't want to move forward. But
Forward.
the truth be told, all of us have done something. Don't
Mm-hmm.
let man's no block you from doing what God has for you to do. And
Mm.
understand you don't block you from doing what God has for you to
Say
do.
that. Say that one more time.
You don't block you from doing what God has for you to do.
Now, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
How have you, right? How have you managed to continue to move forward and keep things moving and not block yourself when things show up? What has helped you?
Prayer. Believe in the
Okay.
word of God, because I'm telling you, to maneuver in this time and in this life, we have to have something to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
Because even in moving forward, you have all the darts and the arrows coming. You
Yeah.
have some people that will outright not believe you. You have some people that don't feel like you should be used in a certain way. But you have to tune out those voices and listen to God. You have to
Mm,
sidetrack. You know how sometimes you say in one ear and out the other? That's what you have to do and keep
hmm.
on moving.
Yeah. So, Savannah, as we're speaking to the audience tonight, and yes, it's Women's History Month, I want to speak to, and guys, you know, we love you. We love you real good. But let's speak to the women who are, many women struggle with rejection, closed doors, those no's, self-doubt, disbelief, limiting beliefs. I know you said prayer, but tell us a little bit more on how do you mentally and spiritually push yourself through these times and seasons?
Okay, one thing you don't know about me is that I've been married and divorced twice. I was
Mm,
looking for love in all the wrong places,
mhm,
and it kind of had me caught up
mm,
leaving and listening to the situations that I was in.
mm,
And then feeling like I wasn't valuable my own self. And then
mhm.
you have to get away from that. You really have to get away because our own self doubt can paralyze us.
Mm. So when you don't see your value, ladies, when you don't see your worth, before we can get to anybody else, your own internal mental limitations and self-doubt can stop you even before you get started.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that to be a truth. And I thank you and appreciate your vulnerability for sharing that, because sometimes we hold and we think that we're the only ones who are going through,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't get to share it. But when we begin to release those most vulnerable things and those things that has held us back so long, it is like a liberation, right?
Yeah.
Begins to come and break forth in us, and in order for us to break through, right, some things has to be broken in
Yeah.
us. The broken parts and times and seasons, they don't feel good,
Mm-hmm.
but do you feel that those times and seasons were necessary for you to be in the to get to the place where you are now?
Absolutely.
And
I
why?
believe that God allowed things to happen for a reason. And I
Mm-hmm.
would always think to myself, like some of the things that happened in my childhood prepared me for today.
Mm-hmm.
um
Mm-hmm.
Even in relationships, sometimes you have to let go of people that are very close to you, so
Mm.
that you can move on and do what God has for you to do. Because just because they're a friend and they're close, that doesn't mean that they're going to be the one push you forward.
Mm.
We are with some people for a season, but some people can't understand you moving forward. So
You
you
can say that again.
well,
Hmm. Wow. We have to realize, everyone, that some people and situationships and relationships are only for a season.
yes,
And when that season is up, a lot of times you may feel um uneasiness. You feel that there's not alignment, right? That's something you ever heard somebody say something is off, you know, those things tugging at you with uneasiness because it's time, that season is over. And so a lot of times that can be also the thing that's holding us up from moving forward. As you have talked about embracing the no's, can you share with us, what did those no's actually teach you about yourself, your faith, and maybe your calling?
sometimes the no's teach me that I'm investing too much into what people think about me.
Oh,
I'm investing too
come
much
on.
in how they feel about me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm investing too much in in them being able to push me forward. So that's
Mm,
the real thing. Sometimes we get found out that we are too attached to the things of this world, including people.
mm-hmm.
You have to move along without them sometimes.
Yeah. So listen, y'all, I am not without words. Let me tell you, Savannah just said something. Sometimes we're investing too much time in what other people think. That's what it's saying to me. What
Yeah.
other people think instead of what is God saying? We
Mhm.
want to know what other people were saying with the past, what all and we give honor where honor is due to leaders and everything.
Yes.
But when you place people where
Uh,
God should be, that's when we go wrong and we begin to fall short every time. So
mhm.
as we're talking tonight, evaluate your relationships. Evaluate how much more power and strength and all of that are you putting on a relationship as opposed to your relationship with God.
Mhm.
And do you have a relationship? Because if you don't have a relationship with God, because we talk about faith here as well, um, that you can have a relationship right now.
Yes.
Just opening your heart and opening your mind, and He will come on in. Savannah, what practices or habits help you to stay aligned with your purpose, even when things feel like they are going off or uncertain? Because we're living in uncertain times.
Oh my gosh, yes, we are. I do know. I want to say this. Sometimes when you put your hope and trust in people, you will end up on your knees crying more than you
Mm,
think. But it's okay. And one thing that I had to do to stay in the lines each day, decide what I'm going to do. I already knew what I wanted to do in my heart. And some of us do know, but it stays right there. We don't want to move on it. But I knew that I wanted to write a book. I
mhm,
knew that because God blessed me to have a secular job for so
mhm,
many years, a successful secular job, that I want to spend the rest of my time serving Him. And He
mhm,
allows that. But
mhm,
I knew that. And then I knew in my heart that I wanted to write a book. And I had
mhm,
been writing notes for years. And
mhm,
and this is why I say you have to pay attention to things around you, people around you, everything. I'm a couponer. One day I met Apostle Catherine Parker, and we just
mhm,
talked about my illness and how I began to coupon and all that
Mhm.
stuff. And I actually spoke at a women's ministry at a
Mhm.
church, at my church, and I was really surprised that so many of my customers came out. But with Miss Catherine Parker, she told me about this Miss Monet and a book signing. So I went with them one day, and
Mhm.
lo and behold, when I got up to introduce myself, Miss Monet's mother told
Mm.
me, "You're going to write that book." And it just seemed like that was the push that I need. I
Oh,
got a
wow.
hold of Monet and Mo's Enterprise. They helped me, talk me through it. The book that I wrote, Never Cease to Pray, it was not my first book.
Mhm.
However, because I was sending out prayers in the morning time to different people, including my sisters will always say, "You should write this in a book. You should write this in a book." So
Mhm.
now those thoughts and prayers are written in a book called Never Cease to Pray, and it's
Mhm.
actually on Amazon. It's a 50-day prayer journal, and it's doing really well.
Yes.
Being connected to Mo's Enterprise has been such a blessing for me. I mean, real blessing. And Miss Monet, she is so patient. She is patient and she will help you with whatever you need.
Well, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Savannah. Um, all of what you are doing now, it has been a pleasure to serve you um
Lord.
in that capacity. Everything that you're doing now, you were already doing.
Yes.
Sometimes and not only as women but we as individuals, people, we think that that next thing, the purpose, everyone said, I want to do my purpose, I want to do my calling, is like this thing that's going to come and smack you upside your head. Or you going to have like this come to Jesus, moment. Now, some people have their own moments, but many times what I'm finding is that if we pay attention, as you just underscored, to our lives, that we will quickly see that our calling and our purpose lies in what comes natural to us,
Yes.
what we've already been doing. And
Yes.
when we spoke and had a conversation, and you said that, hey, I want to write a book, I said, what are you already doing? You said, well, I have these prayers that I've been sending out. And so we start there. Then that's the content. And wait a minute, y'all. Then she started sending me the prayers. And I said, well, Savannah, you have it right here. Now, all we had to do is attach what? The structure and the strategy to it and get it done. And we work back from your timeline within that. And now you have a book that has not just a book, right? A publication that is that's available online, but also you have it in your hand and in stock where people are contacting you and getting your book.
Yes.
Um, this divine assignment that you have completed. Can you tell us a little bit, now that you are a new author, and you have more coming, right? Tell
Yes.
us about this experience, taking it from your head and now it's in your hands. What does that feel like?
Amazing.
Give us
It's
some. Give us some more.
thing
Give
because you have all these little notes. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And sometimes those notes will just be there until we decide to take a leap forward and do something with them. I probably
mm,
have about 20 years worth of notes because I'm a person that just jot things down,
mm-hmm.
come to mind. And so I was able to go back and look at them. But I thank God for allowing me to run into the
Mhm.
ones that help facilitate my the prayers being put in the book.
Yeah, yeah. And we appreciate you saying yes to the assignment. Right.
Yes.
So embracing the yes in spite of the no's
Yeah.
that have come. Um, what has been some of the feedback you shared something. Savannah is also working on some other good things she can tell y'all, but she shared something the other day that said, wait a minute, the people are still they calling me saying that it was tell the
Yeah.
people what's going
That,
on.
yes. I'm surprised about the feedback that I'm getting from the book. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how people are saying that the prayers really encourage them. You know, it's 50 days worth of prayers, but it also had blank pages that you can write your own prayer in, you know, and it's just good. They're out there.
Yes, and the people are contacting her, and I'm so excited for you. Proud is an understatement
Yeah.
because I know God is rejoicing
Yeah.
that you have answered the call and you're beginning to birth out those things that He's placed in your hands.
Yes.
Um, Savannah, there are many ladies out there who are, and let me tell you, they are on the chat tonight and they are on fire. They're saying amen. Yes, you have to be healed from brokenness,
Mm-hmm.
and trust God, be unapologetic
Mm-hmm.
about your deliverance. They're saying congratulations to you.
Mm-hmm.
So we thank you all for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you for tapping in. If you have any questions from Savannah, you definitely drop it in the chat and we'll share it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Savannah, for the woman who's listening tonight, who feels like she's hearing more no's in this season,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, she is maybe dealing with depression or those internal no's. It might be internal no's, not even external.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your encouragement to her? Look
You
into the camera and talk to that woman.
Okay, you have to really believe in yourself. Sometimes we have to build up to that point because we've been told no and hurt so many times. So many times we've been disappointed by the people that we trust and love. So you have to get yourself to a point where you pull away from those people. And sometimes it hurts, but you have to do it. And you have to be around people that will celebrate you, and you have to be around people that will celebrate you, and then you have to start thinking the best of yourself and taking the time to do things for yourself to
Mm-hmm.
enhance you. You have
Mm-hmm.
to pour back into yourself, because one thing that I've learned, people that are hurting and depressed, they will always try to find energy to help another person, but yet for themselves they're not able to do it. So we have to take some of our value and pour it back into ourselves. And don't This is one thing I have to stress, because in my life,
Mm-hmm.
I was ashamed about my past. I was so ashamed and embarrassed about my past, and I didn't want to tell anybody. I didn't want to be seen. I wanted to be in the background all the time because I didn't want anyone to know who I was. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
so glad that God has brought me to the point where I don't care what you think about who I am, because
Mm.
I know that I'm not alone.
Y'all
Just
heard it.
I may
Mm-hmm.
have been hurt, I may have been through a divorce, I may be bound, I may have been anything, but I got through it. And the same way I got through it, you can get through it too.
Wait a minute. Are the people out there? Let us know y'all can hear. Your granddaughter says she proud of you, Grandma.
Oh,
Let me tell you. Savannah,
Yes,
you have walked into another level of liberation and freedom.
yes.
I can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. It's on you.
Thank you.
How does it feel
It
to know?
oh,
Well, go ahead. You jump in.
I was just gonna say it feels amazing to know that when I get up in the mornings, I don't have to answer to nobody. I answer to God first. And then I do what I have to do for myself. But when I'm outside and I run into people, I don't have to go along to get along and things like that anymore. I don't
Mhm,
have to. Once upon a time, I did do that. But I
mhm.
don't have to do that anymore. If you don't like me, you don't like me. Period.
Yeah, yeah. Because we're not for everybody.
We're not
But
for
that
everybody.
but that doesn't stop you for showing up for the people
No, no,
who
no.
you are
No.
for.
Yeah.
So sometimes, and as women, we feel, oh, come on, y'all. We feel everything. When you're
Yeah.
in a relationship, you feel your emotions, all my emotions going all over the place. You feel. So there's a saying that if you feel, then you will, then you go with those emotions, which you're feeling. But
Yes.
we have to learn how to not be so, to be what they call to have emotional intelligence. Don't allow your emotions to stop you from thinking logically or taking the next step, because your emotions will have you bound and
Yes.
stuck and sinking down.
And
Now we're not omitting um what you say, Savannah.
God says we have to master our emotions. He gave them
Mm-hmm.
to us, but we have to prioritize. We have to have control over the emotions and not allow the emotions to have control over us.
Yeah. How do you do that as a woman? How do you do that in your
Um,
everyday? What does that look like for Savannah?
okay,
Mastering your emotions.
let me just tell you. Like a couple of weeks ago, someone said something, and because of who the person is and the respect that I have for them, it really hurt. It hurt.
Mm,
But I had to get myself to a point where I'm like, okay, that's just that person's opinion. You
mm-hmm,
know the truth, you know what God says, and you move on with that.
mm,
What I have to do, like, I'm valuable to God. I am
mm-hmm,
somebody.
mm-hmm. So,
I'm worthy.
mm-hmm.
I may
So you
not
have to affirm
do
yourself.
everything, but I can do some things. I
Mm-hmm,
might not be the prettiest, but I'm not the ugliest. I
mm-hmm,
may not be the smartest, but I'm not the one that doesn't know anything. And
mm-hmm,
where you have to look at life and go on. We are always going to fit somewhere, but you have to have a healthy self-esteem and perception of
mm-hmm,
yourself. You have to. And
mm-hmm,
sometimes I feel bad because it's taken me so long to get to where I am.
mm-hmm,
Like I feel like I wasted time depending and looking up to others, but I know that no time is really wasted. If
mm-hmm,
God allows it, it's for a reason.
mm-hmm. And you're, and I'm here to tell you right now that you are in divine time.
Yes.
Sometimes we feel as though we are too late, that
Yes.
we've waited, that we've watched from the sidelines of life too
Mm-hmm.
long, that we're in a drought place, a
Yes.
place where we're stuck. But there is no place that is too dry, right?
Oh,
No place where you're sunk in too deep that God cannot pull you up
yeah.
and
Yeah.
rescue. He'll come and find you
Yes.
right where you are, because you mean that much to him. He will
Yeah.
have someone in the middle of the day come and knock on your door to say, hey, where you been?
Absolutely.
What you doing? Someone to call you, someone to inbox you, to let you know that you are on their mind. But it's
Yes.
also as as Sister Charlene, as Lady Charlene would say, that it's a gentle reminder to say, baby girl, daughter, I got you.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that God doesn't have to rush up on us like that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just he can gently come and tap us. The
Mm-hmm.
wind will go down, the light will shine down. You ever take a selfie and that light is just coming in the right direction, or you driving and you see a rainbow?
Yes.
It's a reminder that you are on his mind.
Yes.
So no matter what you're facing right now, we're speaking to that woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is live or in the replay or wherever, at whatever time that you will listen to this message and this conversation, is that your time is now
Yes.
to rise above your situation, to rise above your circumstance. Yes, let's get help and support, get connected to the right resources. We're not here preaching to you or trying to put a message and conversation on you that you're like, wait a minute, I can't, it's just too much. I can't even think about that right now. I need food on my table. No. But what we are saying is that where you are right now is not the end of your story.
That's right.
You turn the page, start a new chapter, create the life that you really want to live. When it seems like you're being depleted and you're down to nothing, that is the time where you have, as my partner says, a raw canvas, literally.
Right.
And you can write, you can draw, you can do whatever you want on that, but create
Yeah.
in the midst of a world with so much going on. Clarity is not lost. You can
Right.
still regain it. You can embrace it. You can lean into it. There's a new ending or new story where you put a period at. God's like, nope, it's not over. It's not over. Just turn the page, daughter.
Yes.
So now is your time. Anything else you want to share on that note, Savannah?
I tell the ladies also that we do journals and stuff, and some people are
Mm-hmm.
dealing with different things and they don't want anyone to know. Believe it or not, some women go through abuse, depression, and all that kind of stuff, but someone out there needs to hear your story. Someone
Mm,
somewhere is waiting to hear your story to get out.
yours.
So my thing is, whatever you're doing, just get up and do something. You can always find a person to talk to share with. Just get up and do something.
Mm, that's so important. You
Mhm.
cannot continue to cycle and keep moving on the same thing or just starting and stopping and starting and stopping. Savannah, before we close out tonight, you're a part of a movement right now.
Yes.
Um, and it is something that you said yes to, but before you could say yes to, I had to say yes to it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to come out of my comfort zone and to step out to say, God, there is value in what you put in me. And
Mm-hmm.
all I want to do is I want to help another woman.
Mm-hmm.
Sisters making power moves. So we're right here, right now, we're on sister to sister talk power moves. But I want you all to know that we're not just talking this, we're actually backing it up with action. We are making power moves. And so last month I put out a call to women, just again making the offer, because that's what God put on me to do, to help women, a small number of women, and we only have 5 seats in the class, and or in this experience,
Mm-hmm.
and out of the 5 seats, 3 women answered the call. And Savannah, she's one of those women. Savannah has answered that call, and she has been working lockstep to get out of right her own way, because once you do one thing, you're what? You motivated. You have that first book. It's like, wait a minute, I got to keep this going, right? I got to keep it moving. So in this power move uh, intensive, you have been learning and pulling back different things and realizing some of the things that helps to that have been possibly holding you back from making certain moves or progressing in the thing that you have, the one thing that you focus on completing. And so I want to ask you, what is one power move, as you've been making your own power moves? What do you believe one power move that women can make this week to start saying yes to themselves, their own healing, and their purpose? What is one power move you think women can start like right now to get
Mhm.
them out of their own way and start walking in their purpose and healing?
Well, I found that in this high focus, intensive project that we're in now, I wanted to do another book. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that, but we're learning our own behaviors. Like mine is procrastination. So I have to figure out how to work. I had to figure out how not to have procrastination limit me on what
Mm,
I really wanted to do. And the power move is actually getting up saying yes. Don't just say yes, but move and be
mm.
about that yes.
Come on, did y'all hear that? It's so first of all, Savannah shared that procrastination. Ladies, how many of you are out there dealing with procrastination? You said, I want to, I want to, I woulda, shoulda, coulda, all of those different things. You keep cycling around the thing and you never get to finish, or what finish is to you. Because what finish looks like to all of us is different. My question to you tonight is, how many times will you stay in that cycle of procrastination? It doesn't matter how young or how old, wherever you are on the spectrum, that is something that is holding us back from taking that next step. You made some steps before, but what is holding you back from making that step in this season? I see you, Sierra. You said, how do I go about feeling stuck in life at 22? Like I'm missing out and feeling like I messed up my life at an early age. No, everything what we have to do, right, is like you said, Savannah, earlier, that we can't go back and change anything. But what we can do, right, is change and make a conscious decision on how we're going to move forward. So what you have to ask yourself, Sierra, right now is, what do I want moving forward? Right? How can I better align my actions, my thoughts? Because thoughts are things. Our thought, it forms, our actions form in our mind before we actually carry it out. So we got to shift our mindset and start thinking better. When we think better, our results come out better. But first, we got to let go of that procrastination. Yes, I messed up, but guess what? You had another day. Didn't God wake you up again this morning? It's a new chapter. What you gonna do about it? What can you do differently than what you did yesterday that puts you at a better place, a better outcome for yourself, for your family, right? So all of these things are what matters. But then Savannah says that, hey, a power move is actually affirming yourself and letting yourself look. You can't just talk about it, but you have to be about it. Make a move. The move is a step. You don't always have to leap. Do you, Savannah?
No, you don't.
You don't always have to run. What is another thing that we're learning is to what? Find your own rhythm and pace.
Yes.
Are you beginning to find your own rhythm and your own pace, flow? You are? You say yes? All right. So you're finding your own rhythm and your own pace. Sometimes we and we even talked about it tonight. You said, wait a minute, I was so in the flow with my writing that oh, I got caught up. That's a part of finding your own rhythm and your own flow. So the same things are showing up for Savannah. And as she shared her story of, in spite of the no's, she is embracing and not only embracing, but living in yes. Savannah, how do you feel tonight as you have shared your story with the world?
Hmm. I pray that something someone heard will
Mm-hmm,
help them to move forward
mm-hmm,
and not to be stuck, not to be concerned about what other people does because we walk around with things in our laid on our heart to do.
mm,
We won't move. We won't move. It could be the community. It could be the crowd of people we're with. It could be family. It could be anything. But you have to not let those things hold you back. And whatever God lays on your heart, it's what you do with it that makes the difference.
mm. Listen, I hope you all have been blessed tonight through all that Savannah has shared through her breakthrough story. This is truly a breakthrough because we are coming from behind the scenes. We're no longer hiding behind our callings. We're no longer hiding behind our limitations. We're no longer hiding behind our health and those things that are look like they're trying to stop and impede us from being great in who God has called us to be in this world. While it will be wonderful for him to come and easily take that thorn from our sides, sometimes, and some of us, he's given us the grace to navigate with it.
Yes,
Everybody can't carry that load.
yes,
And sometimes we have questions on God, why me? Why is this showing up in my life? Why can't I? But he's the truth about it all is that he's graced you for whatever he's given to you. He's graced you for it. And if he's giving you the idea and he's giving you all of those things, and if you have a thorn in your side and he's giving you those things, guess what? He he has already taken all of that into consideration.
yes, yes. He already knows, and there's nothing that God has not seen.
He yes, he's done a SWOT analysis,
Yeah,
right? He knows the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, the threats.
the
But
thing.
yet and still, he says, live in the yes.
Yes,
Woo! My goodness. He's still calling you to live in the yes. So, as we're wrapping up tonight, Savannah, I want you to share with everybody. I know you're still in process and still building your brand and all of those wonderful things. But if someone was to reach you right now, and they want to purchase a book directly from you, yes, they can go on Amazon, but they want to get it right from you. Where can they find you on social media, Instagram, Facebook? You have an email. How do you want them to reach out to you?
I have an email, Savannah Lynch 4444@gmail.com. You can reach me on Facebook Messenger, and you can also reach me at my number 443-801-6557.
All right. Look, there you have it, everybody. And you can also, like she said, reach her on Instagram and Facebook. Um, to make the connection. And definitely let's support Savannah, and let's continue to grow together.
Yeah.
As we are wrapping up, this has definitely been very insightful tonight. And we don't want you to just take the information, but we want you to let it go in, form the action, which is the action. We want to make make sure and encourage you and motivate you, inspire you to take action in your life. And I'm sure that this conversation, this power move conversation, will definitely cause you to do just that. I have one last question or statement that I want you to finish for me, Savannah.
Okay.
A powerful woman is a woman who,
A powerful woman is a woman who goes forward in spite of.
ooh, so y'all, there you have it. A powerful woman is a woman who moves forward in spite of. It is our prayer that tonight you will lean into living in the yes in spite of your no's. We
Yes.
thank you for tuning in tonight. Take care, take charge, and don't forget to mark your calendars because we're back next week with yet another Power Move conversation. This has been Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And Savannah,
Thank
thank
you.
you for
Thank you.
showing up and glowing up and staying in the flow tonight. Love
Yes.
you.